It's straight.
We're a little far apart from each other.
Do you want me to move over?
that way a little bit.
You want me to go away?
Yeah, go away a little bit. Go to the left. There we go. Now we look centered. I'm going to do this. And you're going to do it too.
I did it first.
Because you saw me do it.
No, I did it first.
It's like me telling my dad I shaved first. How do you think I learned how to do it?
Okay, whatever. All right, do you want to enter
All right.
this?
Move over. You see how there's a little bit of space in between? Do you see that, though? Look over your left shoulder. You see how there's a little space? Don't look at me. Look at the frame. Look at the frame. Stop looking at me. I'm trying to teach you something. Look at the frame. You see how there's a little gray? Move
Right
over
here?
a little bit. A little more. Move your ass.
My butt can't go any farther because of this thing.
Okay, well then move your upper body, olive oil. There you go. Now put your arm back to where it was copying me. And now look at the frame. You see how that's fully, completely taken up?
Yeah.
It's called show business. How else are we going to get out of the hood?
Okay.
I'm not mad. I'm just being a good teacher. Oh, look who can move her ass all of a sudden. Mystical. Shake your ass. Watch yourself.
Okay.
Shake your ass.
Hey, guys.
I came here to roll the
Hey.
theme song. Welcome back to Bonding.
You're going to put something in there in the edit?
That's why I said roll the theme song.
What is
It's
it?
easier for me to
The
edit.
bump.
Why are you shitting on my podcast that you're also equally a part of? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You have a problem with that?
No, I like it.
What would you want to be the theme
No,
song?
I like it.
Give me the meatballs and free my soul. I want to
That's
get
copyright
lost in the
infringement.
Torey coal and
That would be copyright problems. But no, I like it. The pump.
Yeah, I got it off YouTube.
It's good.
I tapped in free trap drum loop.
Look,
and I got
the
that.
rope or the wires between my toe.
I know. I'm getting this out because I know it's just causing you a lot of problems internally.
Okay, ready? Let's do it.
We're doing it. We're in it. We're making these people listen to this.
Hey, guys.
It's great, though. It's good. I listen to a lot of podcasts that have more numbers than we do, and I'm like, oh, we're okay.
Yeah?
A lot of people just talk.
That's what we're doing.
I know, but we're talking and being cute and entertaining. A lot of people just talk about their opinions on shit that nobody cares about. You know?
You think they like our opinions, or
No.
we talk about things
No,
that
I
are
think they
relevant
just
or
like-
relatable? I think we're relatable.
To
Do you guys feel that way?
People who have no friends, I think so.
Yeah. That's the best kind of relatable.
Being relatable to people who have nobody.
Yeah.
I agree. You know, I have that song by I Ain't Got Nobody. It's one of the best.
Yeah, what is that song?
I Ain't Got Nobody.
That you put that on your one of your Spotify playlists.
I did, yeah. It's by
It's like-
Sam Butier.
Yes.
Oh wait, no. Louis Prima.
I like songs that are sad, but the tempo is upbeat.
Right. Yeah.
I love the irony there.
That's all his songs. They call him the king. It's swing music, right? That's like what
Okay.
they listen to in the 50s. That's before like Lana Del Rey or Billie Eilish. You know, they would have swing. It's kind of funny, like if you think like those guys were the Lana Del Rey and Billie Eilish of the 50s and 60s, right? Because you know, mental health is only something men started paying attention to now, and you would get it through music, and you would listen to the music and only take the message of the music. And I learned that when we were in Portland and I was listening to that Louis Prima song, I'm just a gigolo,
Yeah.
and everywhere I go, I ain't got nobody. And then you went, I'm right here.
Yeah, I did take that because you were
Because-
really relating to it hard. You were like,
I
"Ah,
was.
you were in
I
it."
was. I was also
I was like,
2
oh.
weeks into a breakup. too,
Totally,
so I felt
and that's
that.
fair.
But like that's the beauty. Like, Hey Ya by Outkast, one of the
and
saddest songs.
CeeLo Green, fuck
CeeLo
you.
Green's fuck you. I like that's a good one to listen to.
But they're sad.
They're sad songs.
Yeah, I
and-
love it though. And like I Wish You Were Gay by Billie Eilish. I
Oh,
just
yeah,
can't.
that's
Yeah,
it.
wish you were
Yeah.
gay. Yeah, you're like, yeah.
You know what Billie Eilish song I listen to a lot, and I have to skip because halfway through I'm like, this is about me. That one from her new album, Lost Cause.
What's it called?
Lost Cause.
Oh,
Where she's like, Thought you would've got your shit together, damn, I was wrong. You ain't nothing but a lost cause.
I gotta listen to it.
And this ain't nothing like it once
I love Billie, but I'm not up to speed on her
love
latest.
Billie
Great. I
Eilish,
know
man.
you've always loved her.
I have
Ever since I
always-
met you, you've always talked about how much you love her.
That-
I love her
I'm
too.
infatuated with someone who has art in their heart as strong as they do, as young as she was. Like, I listened to that, whatever album Bad Guy was on.
Oh yeah, that was.
When that came out, I was taking a...
That's kind of when she took the scene by storm.
Yeah.
I knew she was
Yeah,
around
that's
before
how I
that, but that
figured
was
it.
when she
Right.
came in.
It's so crazy because, like, you're 16 and you have that grip
Yeah.
on art. And I know her brother...
And her brother and her
has a
family
huge-
lives
and her,
in
her
that
family's a
industry.
show
Yeah.
business thing, too. But, like, you
You
can
taught me
have all
that.
that, but still...
That talent is, yeah.
You have to have the talent and, like...
I like her style.
To be 16 and have that talent and to be as treacherous as she is.
And
just
herself. No one dresses like her.
herself.
She dyed her hair green and black and then wears like
Well, she did
Gucci like football jerseys. I love it.
Not as much anymore, but she did it when she was under 18 because she was like, I'm wearing baggy clothes because I
But she
don't
still
want
wears
older
the
men
ballet.
to
Baggy
fawn over me.
clothes.
What did you just say?
I said Bally. I think
Bally?
I'm having a
Is she from
stroke.
Dollywood?
I don't know what I thought I combined maybe like baggy and clothes and I just said Bally. That's what I do. I talked about you with this there where I think my brain works too fast and then my words I try to like get my words out as fast as I can so I combine words.
Yeah, it makes you ashamed when those combination words do come out.
Yeah.
You say,
Maybe
stupid,
I'm just
stupid,
I'm
stupid.
just so smart. My brain's working so fast that the words can't keep up. I'm
I
gonna
think,
go with that theory.
Honestly, most people are that way.
Yeah, I'm not special.
Conversation
Is what
is
you're trying to
hard.
say? It's an art.
No, I would have said that earlier.
It's an art. We're creating art right now. I don't know if you guys can feel it through the.
no,
the sound?
No. Conversation. Don't try to make it look like what we're doing is special.
This is.
It's not. I want more light on me. I have great left side cheekbones, and I want that light. There
I'm
we
in the
go.
dark.
Okay. No, you're not. You have light. If you had any,
Whatever. I don't want it.
look at this. I'm giving you more light.
Thank you.
Look at that. That way. Oh, look how hot you are now. We're in the same frame. All right. Weenus is just touched. That's what part of the elbow is
I
called.
know.
You know, the weenus. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Same.
It's been it's hard existing
Having
You
a
know?
body is a full-time job. I've always said that.
outside of the body. Well, why do you say body having a body is a full time
Well, just
job?
taking up
Explain that to me.
space
Walk me
on-
through A to Z. Because as a woman, you have to do way more than I
Oh
do as a
yeah.
guy. I don't have to brush my hair or shower for days, and nobody will notice as long as I put on deodorant and a hat. Right? For you,
Yeah, as a woman, you gotta shower.
Right.
But your hair gets greasy and it's it's obvious. You gotta
all hair gets greasy though.
not be
no?
ugly.
But I guess most women's hair is longer than
Yeah, and then
the
it gets all
average male hair.
PC and gross if it's greasy.
with PC.
PC, like it gets like chunky to like it gets like chunk. You know, like it's a little bit like that, right?
You don't have
Right.
any. Your hair is very
That's nice.
very
Greasy.
Yeah,
It's a
no.
little greasy. And
Is it?
especially if you go to work.
Did you wash your hair today?
Not today.
I
I try to do it like every other day
It looks like you did.
or every 3 days.
Every
Thank
other.
you.
What's the right way to do it? I guess it's
Some
different
people
for everyone.
wait a long time. Yeah.
Some people do.
They
wait.
say it's bad to do it every day.
They do say it's bad to do it every day,
Strips
but
your
I
hair.
sweat a lot, and I sweat on stage, especially.
Right, and
where,
you
like,
put your hair.
If
in
I
yours.
just put water through it, then I don't feel like it's gonna. Like I sweat more than somebody who does what I do. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
use my whole body for work, so I gotta wash it every day. I use Pros.
Oh right.
I got my.
Is that you're just
pre-scalp
plugging
mask.
Pros?
No, I wish they would sponsor
Hey
me. The amount
Pros,
of money that I
sponsor Troy
pay them.
Bonds.
No, the only people that want to sponsor me are Blue Chew, and I said I'll do an ad on the podcast, and then they didn't get back to me. So fuck
Now
them.
you're asking them for work,
No, they asked me for.
but
work.
then they stopped, and then you said yes, and they said no.
I said yes. I'll do a Blue Chew sponsorship
Oh my god, did you see that burp?
on the
was
podcast.
my whole
Nobody would
body.
have seen it if you just ignored it.
They saw it. The YouTubers.
I know, but
Sorry,
in
listeners.
post, I would have edited it
Oh,
so
you
it was
really?
a close up of me.
Oh, sorry.
But now I have to add in the wide shot.
Sorry,
I
everyone
love
did
that
it.
face you made. It's like
Did
the
I
face
do
the dentist
that?
makes right before he puts his pliers in.
I got a cavity filled last week.
No one cares. The hair thing is weird.
Washing
right?
it all the time?
Washing it all the time. There's people who don't, who openly, it's one thing to do this. It's another thing to tell other people to do this. There's people who openly say they don't shower every day. Now, when you hear somebody say
That's gross
they
to
don't
me.
shower every day, you feel gross, right?
If you don't leave the house, fine. But if you leave the house, especially in New York City, wash yourself.
Take New York out of the equation. You have to shower every day. I don't know if that's something I've been brainwashed by Big Soap, Big Johnson & Johnson. But I feel like you got to shower every day just to mentally just to rinse off the day before.
Where are you at with hand washing?
Oh, I have to do that. I wash my hands.
I watched a podcast clip. It was these two girls from Barstool saying they don't wash their hands, and they were like,
of
they were
course not. They work
excited
for
about it.
Barstool. You're gonna take health tips from Barstool people?
I was blown
a
away.
company who's built their model off of
I
dudes
was
who
so
hate women
grossed
but
out.
don't tell anyone about it, but will comment anonymously on TikTok.
Can you comment if you wash your hands or not? I'm just curious at this point.
You should wash your hands
I
every time you
agree.
go to the bathroom. You're touching your
I'm not the
asshole,
one
your
saying it.
vagina. I'm not touching your vagina, but you are if you're going to the
I'm
bathroom.
not touching
or
my
your
vagina
penis.
when I
Even
use
if you go
toilet
no
paper.
hands, there's body oils coming out of
I
there
agree.
that you
Ew,
need
oils.
I mean, liquids. You're throwing whiz into the toilet.
You're throwing it.
You wash your hands. If you watch a cow get slaughtered in front of you, and you would wash your hands because of why? The blood on your hands.
Why did you bring a cow into this?
Because I'm trying to think of a dramatic example in which you should wash your hands, because there's so many people who don't even fucking wash their legs in the shower. They just let the soap drizzle down. I got
use
two
a
loofahs.
loofah.
I got one for upper body. I got one for lower body.
love a loofah.
You cannot use your upper body loofah for the lower
If
body.
you don't use loofah, you
washing
didn't
your
shower.
asshole and your chest.
You
with the
gotta
same
use a
thing.
loofah.
You have to.
You have to. Loofahs are required to shower.
Loofahs?
I bring travel ones on the road now.
I got travel loofahs.
I'm gonna buy a bunch because you gotta use it once and then for the weekend and then it's done
Well, you
because
gotta
it's
put it
all
in a
wet.
bag. No,
But then
you
it's
put it in
all
a
wet
bag.
and then if you
You
steal
put
it in the
or
bag,
the sink.
then it stays moist and then it grows shit.
Well, so does the one in your house.
Whatever.
It's growing shit right now. It's growing the shit
I
you
know.
washed out of your asshole.
They say loofahs are actually really dirty, but I love a loofah.
I don't buy that because it's covered in soap. It's like people who say eating a salad with ranch is like eating a burger. It's not.
People say that?
Yeah,
What
they're like, you put all
fucking
that dressing on a
losers.
salad. It's like eating a burger. No, it's not. You know why? Because I'm not eating a burger.
It's funny you say that because I used to be afraid of Caesar salads when I was in high school because I was
'Cause you
afraid
thought
of.
they would stab you in the back.
Yeah, and
too,
that happened to me a lot. And
Did
no,
you
I think
hear that
I
reference?
read like it. Yeah, the
Okay.
was it my article about love?
No, it's a story about Caesar.
Oh
Where
yeah,
he gets stabbed.
that was good.
Not.
My own personal drama. Did you read that in my thing?
I really was like, wow, I'm not just talking at Torey. I'm talking to her. She got that reference. And you went, yeah, it's like my blog.
Oh
But I
yeah,
was
no, it is
referencing
like
the
Caesar.
oldest story
I
in
know.
history.
Well, I know it from Mean Girls because she's Gretchen Mean Girls
Of
going off and
course.
she's like, we should all just totally stab Caesar.
Honestly, that's and you know where they got that from?
Caesar.
Yes, the Ides of March have come.
I know
That's
you
from
know
Caesar as well.
everything.
I don't know.
Anyways, the
everything.
point I was
And
making
you make
is
me
that
feel like a pretentious asshole.
no, you're a
when I say
genius.
that.
You're a savant.
I just know whatever you don't.
You know
apparently,
everything.
because you know so much that I don't, and I learned.
What do you think I know that you don't know?
How to be a slut.
You're a bigger slut than I am.
Wait a yes and. Listen, what happens between me and your mother is our business.
Don't talk about Dana like that.
I won't. She's
listening.
I know.
Hi, Mom. I
'Cause
love
told
you.
her I would shout her out
I love you so much.
soon.
Are you looking at the mixer? Is everything okay?
I was just looking at her sound. I want to make sure you don't sound like. I sound like that sometimes too. I was checking for both of us. I was projecting. Sorry. What were you saying?
I was saying.
Did I come in hot?
Either you're great.
This is hot. This is what people want to listen to. We haven't given an episode.
Yeah,
in a
we
week.
got to give the people what
We're
they
back.
want. We're
This,
crazy.
the microphone is
Get crazy.
omnidirectional. It'll pick up anything. That's what those little ridges are on the side.
Ooh.
That's what these are on the side. But it's preferable if you
Ooh.
talk this way. Yeah. What is this, Miami?
The point I was making. Oh God. The point I was making is that I read like in a Cosmo article once that was like Caesar salads are still like 1,000 calories because of the dressing, and so I stopped eating them. And now that I'm older, I'm not afraid of certain things, and also just don't care as much. I do, but I try not to. I will eat a Caesar salad happily, as you've seen me do it a lot at comedy clubs. I gotta stop with the nuggets. I gotta go more for the salads, but they're probably not that different.
Let's talk caloric intake because I don't really necessarily understand calories.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
There's like
calories
a
are units
recommended...
of energy.
They're what?
Units of energy.
Okay. So like
it's all bullshit.
Bun.
It's all made up.
Well, it's not. I mean, everything is made up.
We made it up. Time? What
everything
the fuck is that?
Made up.
We
That's
made
a quote
that
from
up.
Atlanta. Everything is made up.
It is.
Stay woke. That's what I'm saying. We just put words on stuff.
Yeah.
Caloric intake. What is that? You know more about it than I do. What does it mean when something has 2,000 calories? Say like let's give 2 examples of foods.
Okay.
Say you have a donut.
Donut. Okay, got it.
How many calories are in a donut?
250 to 400. Depends on the donut.
Say there's 400 calories in a donut, and then
that's like an average, Dunkin's.
A Dunkin' donut with a cream filling.
That's probably 400 calories. 500 maybe.
Pause 1 second.
What is this? I thought I gave you a rule.
Can you meet me down at 84 Clinton Street? ? You did give me a rule, but this is important.
Who is it?
I'll tell you off air. Donuts 400 at least.
Yeah.
Now look at something like broccoli. What's do you know how much you go to the store, you have like a head of broccoli.
Yeah, a cup of broccoli. I mean, I know cups.
A cup,
I think it's like 80.
80. Now, what would a cup of donut be?
Depends on how many donuts you can fit in a cup.
Say you just put a cup.
If you pack the
cup. Say
you
take a scoop of a strawberry sprinkled donut and Dunkin' Donuts, put that in a cup. How much would it be? How many calories?
If it's one donut, it's still like 300 calories.
Okay. So there's people who like have diets that say you can have 2,000 to 4,000 calories a day. Like what's the lowest amount that you've put yourself on calorie wise? Like you're like, I'm able to have this amount of calories a day.
1,200.
That feels like nothing.
It goes quick.
What is 1,200 calories? What would
it
you
is
eat in
3 meals. Maybe like
is it
2.
3 meals?
Yeah.
How? Of what? Ice water?
Let's say it's like 2 boiled eggs in the morning. That puts you at almost 200 calories, and then you have like a salad that's
2
5.
boiled eggs puts you at
700,
200
and then you have a dinner
Wait,
of
what was
600 calories.
The third thing?
Like
2
a salad.
And that's what? That's what?
Let's say your average salad average is like 600 calories.
So you're at what, 800?
800.
And then what do you have? Can you eat anything else? Are you doing
You have
dinner?
400 calories left, and you have like a piece of chicken and some rice. And some
And
vegetables.
why do people do this?
To lose weight.
But it's people who don't need to lose weight that I feel like jump into those diets, right?
Some people need to, some people don't.
Some people need to, but also every body is different. Every body, not everybody. Every body is different.
That's
you know?
Blink's
like
slogan.
medication has a huge part to play in it. Your genetics have a huge part to play in it. Where you live
I
has a
know.
huge part
You're
to play in
talking,
it.
you're preaching to the choir.
I mean, like, that's why I don't think it's probably not a good idea to have the. I remember when
Are
I
you
was
saying
a kid,
just
my
be
dad
intuitive?
Am I what?
Saying eat intuitively? Because that's the thing that people say to
I
do,
don't
but
know
it's
because
hard.
I'm not a nutritionist, but I don't
Neither
think
am I. I'd like to
punishing
clarify
your
that
body
to people
is
on
the
the
way
pod.
to be healthy. Healthy is alignment of mind, body, and spirit. No,
Yes.
that's healthy. That's not happy. It's healthy. It's when those 3 things are aligned. I watched my mother struggle with her weight my whole life. Why? Because she had 3 kids, and years ago, actually, it was the day of the election, November 3rd, 2020. We took her all out to eat, and she showed me this little card she got from Weight Watchers that said 50 pounds down, and I cried.
Aww.
Because I know how hard and how long she struggled with her weight. And it's weird because your weight is like the physical embodiment a lot of the time of
Who you
what
are.
your mind
Yeah.
can't hide, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That does.
And
That's why there's such a stigma behind weight. We've talked about it on this
Yes.
podcast before. It's fascinating.
the stigma of
We
I look at everybody as a different body, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I remember
Well,
my
that's how-
ex once
that's how you
was
see.
crying about how much weight she had gained since we were dating, and I was like, I'm not even saying this because you're my girlfriend at the time. I'm saying this because I didn't notice. And also I'm saying it because I understand that everybody has a different body.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's hard. It must be hard because she was on antidepressants.
I
Right?
think
And she was like, I'd rather be happy and fat than skinny and not happy. What do you do in a situation
tough.
like that? What are you stuck with? I chose the other path. I was like, I'd rather be this shape and broken than fat and happy. But that's because I'm vain. There's got to be a middle ground somewhere. But like, weight is such a sensitive thing.
It is.
That I don't feel. I fat shamed a woman once at 9/11 a few years ago because she was heckling me, and there was a stain on my pants, and I was like,
Was I there?
"No, Gordy was.
Oh.
Gordy McNiff was there, and I just heard him in the back." She said something to me, and she was a little overweight, and she was also a cunt. She wasn't a cunt because she was overweight. She was a cunt because she interrupted me like 3 times beforehand. And she was like, you have a stain on your pants. And I was like, yeah, because I've been down here since 6 p.m. Now it's 1 a.m. And I had to eat my lunch in a green room. And of course you would know where food was, you fat fuck. And the only person that laughed was Gordy. And then I went home and cried.
Aww.
Because I was like, that was too easy of a joke.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to insult someone, you do it in a way that sticks with them, not telling them something they already know. That woman knew she was overweight. And me pointing out that she was overweight didn't do anything other than show that I was a shallow person and small. Yeah. So that's why I work really hard at... The only thing I really write are insults that stick with people so it hurts them for the rest of their lives. Not anything like calling a fat person fat, you know? They know that already. They're not going on a treadmill.
You don't go out of your way to hurt people, though.
I don't hurt people for things they can't help. That's my one rule.
Okay.
And
If you can fix it, you'll say it, is what you're saying.
don't hurt somebody for no reason
Okay.
and for things they can't control.
Right.
If I'm being heckled by somebody that has Down syndrome, I'm not gonna heckle.
Do you think they can control their weight, though?
Huh?
Can they control their weight?
It's not a good idea to poke fun at their weight.
Right. That's
Especially
a
in this
low-hanging
country.
fruit.
This country is the ghetto. This country is a superpower of disgust. 9/11 happened, and what did we do? We went, this shit can't happen in America. We have to bomb this shit out of another country that had nothing to do with this just to prove to you how much of an asshole America is. Michael Caine said, Superman is how America sees itself. Batman is how the rest of the world sees America. We kill our... George Bush had a great quote where he's like, there's people in other countries who all they do is think about how to hurt our citizens. And so do we. That's called a Bushism. You know what he means when he says that. He's like, how do I hurt your citizens? But it sounds like he's saying we're trying to hurt our own citizens, which he did, which is what America does. No one is allowed to be part of the big boy billionaires club, because if we were all part of that club, they would have nobody to govern. They need to keep us fat. They need to keep us stupid. That's why we're all addicted to TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, because if you're paying attention to that, you're not paying attention to the actual shit they're doing. People are losing their minds saying aliens are real because of that congressional hearing in July. No. They said they found UAPs, which is unidentified aircraft, whatever. I don't know what the P stands for. And they distracted us with that, saying they grabbed don't look at the camera. Look at me. You're listening.
I'm listening.
They throw these distractions in our faces because it's easier for them to keep us fat stupid and paying attention to shit that doesn't
Right.
matter.
No, and I think it's funny what they show, what
I
TikTok
didn't mean to
is.
snap at you, by the way.
It's okay. No, in China,
I felt bad. Sorry, I was on a soapbox and she was trying to pull me off of it, and I went, "No, what I say is important."
I was in it.
Thank you. I know you are. I'm
My
sorry.
point that I will agree with you on is like in China on TikTok they get served completely different content and
Yes.
they created it. So I agree. Like we are
They
all
give you stuff that
being manipulated.
Yeah. I mean, look at it this way. When you are in elementary school and you get your lunch, what do you get it on? Is it a metal tray? No, it's a styrofoam tray. Same thing when you go to prison.
Plastic.
It's a styrofoam tray. It's styrofoam. It's not plastic. They have to throw it out once it's done. Styrofoam goes right in the trash.
I didn't get a styrofoam tray.
Okay, not all of us grew up in Annapolis.
I mean, a plastic tray doesn't really add much.
It adds a lot to the great trash heap of the Pacific.
Styrofoam trays that would just break in half.
No, it doesn't. They gave you styrofoam trays because they're biodegradable.
I've never seen a styrofoam tray.
Yes, you have. You're mistaking plastic for styrofoam. Plastic is what they give out in prisons.
All right,
which
what's
was
the point?
analogy I was going to make.
Okay, I'm listening.
That was the analogy I was going to make. Till you decided to not let me make it. In school, they give you styrofoam trays, and you stand in line, and you grab your rectangle slice of cheese pizza. You move down the line, you get Jell-O, then maybe you'll get a side, and then for some reason a pint of milk at 11:30 a.m. No wonder why so many of us have IBS now. In prison, they give you plastic trays because they rinse them and they can reuse them for the next day. Do you think they're going to get plastic trays to a bunch of kids in elementary school? No. They give you styrofoam trays because they're going to be A, vandalized more than the prisoners are going to vandalize them, and B, they give you plastic trays because of the fact that they can just put it back in there and say, this is another one in the system. The plastic tray in the prison system is akin to the human being in the prison system. We're going to put you through this thing. We're going to spray you with hot water. We're going to hose you down. And then we're going to just put you right back in. You're not going to have a number. I watched a documentary the other day where a prisoner who spent 30 years in jail, he was like 75, he still remembered what his inmate number was back to back. That's shattering. I think there's a connection between how they condition us when we're kids, getting our lunches in elementary school, middle school, even to high school. Because what happens in high school? You have an army recruiter in the lunchroom with you. How fucked up is that? You have an army recruiter in the lunchroom with you with kids who do not have the prospects or are afraid to enter the workforce. So you look at the army, and the army tells you, hey, I'll pay for all your college. I'll pay for all this. You might have to watch a bunch of dudes who you get really close with during basic training, and they're going to become your brothers. They might lose their eyesight or an ear or a leg or a limb, whatever. They're going to have that, but we'll pay for your college. Maybe. You know, they condition you from the time you're a kid to either
You had that
get back into the rat race or to serve a country that does not serve you. I had that in my school.
That's crazy.
We had ROTC. You had
Yeah,
ROTC
we had
in your
that
school?
in my college.
That's fucking in college.
Yeah.
That's fine. In high school, it's child labor, and I don't agree with it at all. It's fucking disgusting. We might as well be in North Korea if you're gonna have ROTC in high school. Some of those kids will have a future in the military, and I have nothing but respect for the military because somebody has to keep this country safe, and Lord knows it's not going to be me on the front lines. But Jesus Christ, we're the most powerful nation on the planet, and when you walk out of this room tonight, you're going to see 15 homeless people by the time you leave this house to your house.
Yeah.
In what world are you going to voluntarily sign up for the military? You do it out of desperation.
Yeah.
You do it because you're broke and you think, okay, I'll sign up for the military, and then when I get out, I can go to college and I can follow my dreams and be who I want to be. Doesn't work like that. You get out of the military after seeing shit. You think you can go and take bullets to the head and learn how to dodge that shit and then go to work at Office Max?
I don't.
That just doesn't happen. How many times have you stubbed your toe and been like, I can't go out today? Sorry, I'm mad at America this week. I didn't mean
You're
to
really
riff on that.
mad.
I'm mad at this country because
I'm like, I don't know what to do with this anger.
I know. That's why it's called bonding with Troy Bond. Where they're bonding with me, and you have to just hear the other end of it. It's like a daughter who hears their father mad yelling at the TV going, "We used to be a country." It's fucked.
Yeah.
It's fucked because what opportunity do young people have? Why do you think so many of them are turning to TikTok and Instagram and Twitter now? It's not because they'd rather watch TV. No, it's because they're seeing people who would rather make a career out of doing something like that than work for someone who doesn't give a fuck about them. That's going to, in turn, ruin their lives. There's a lot of positives to it, too. I think with that comes something inside of you that goes, there has to be something special about me, right? Where you look at that and you go, I'm here for a reason. What is that reason? I don't know what that reason is. But all this death and despair, I lived through a pandemic and outside was orange for a long period of time. Remember that during the wildfire? You have to think, why am I here? And that's the question of what is the meaning of life? The meaning of life is death, essentially, if you think about it. There's two meanings of life. One, it's subjective and it means something different for everybody. But two, it's whatever you do during this life. In death, your life means something. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
So what do we do? What do we do? What's the answer? I don't know. I say the answer is every day you wake up, the hardest part of waking up is getting out of bed. Because the world is kind of scary. It's very scary. But what's even scarier is wasted potential. All right, and did I weird you out? Sorry.
No, I mean, you made a very clear point that I'm here to listen. So I was letting.
Like any of that.
I agree 100%. The scariest thing is wasted potential. I couldn't. Everything you said, I could not agree with more. Truly.
Oh.
I was letting you get your point across.
I'm sorry if I was talking at you.
No, it's okay.
That's just been in my mind.
You made a very good point.
Thank you.
They say there's that quote where, like the word "living hell" is on your last day on Earth is meeting the person that you could have been, and that has always stuck with me. So that's kind of exactly what you just said.
You know,
I think about that a lot.
I always think about whenever I make a decision, there's like this fork in the road that comes in my brain, right? Whereas like I made that decision, but what would have happened if the version of me I want to be made the right decision? I don't know if there's a such thing as a right decision. It's like the time traveler's paradox, right? Where they say when you go back in time, if you move a rock, it could fuck everything up, right? Like that's why I hate the question, what would you tell your
younger
16-year-old self? I wouldn't tell him a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Because life isn't I want to give a shout out to my Yoda, Marcy Phillips. She said something to me a couple of weeks ago. She said, if you have one leg in the past, one leg in the future, you're pissing on the present. And I laughed because it's a funny quote and it's actually a beautifully structured joke, but truly, so much of us are pissing on the present because of what our past did to us and what we're afraid of what's going to happen in the future, you know?
Mm-hmm. I couldn't agree more.
That's why so many young people are putting balls to the walls for content creation or social media or whatever, because that's the language in which we talk to people, right? When I was at Loyola University last week, somebody asked me, what's the key to... I'm going to turn 18 next week. And I was like, well, then don't talk to me till next week because this feels like a crime. But she was like, what would you tell your 18-year-old self? I would tell him it's going to be okay. That it's going to be okay. I think 18-year-old
So you said to her?
I don't remember what I said to her.
Okay.
But whatever I said, it was hilarious. I would tell my 18-year-old self it's going to be okay because it doesn't feel like it's going to be okay. I just wanted someone to sort of coddle me and put their fingers through my hair and rub me and tell me it's going to be okay. But also, I wouldn't tell them that because that would give them a crutch.
Right.
Let them know it's going to be okay. I don't sleep because I'm terrified, which is not a great place to live your life in. But you have to turn that fear into a symbol of something. That's why Batman dresses up like a bat, because he's afraid of bats.
Oh, right.
He's terrified of bats.
I love that irony.
And he wants to give his enemies something that's going to... He figured Batman is fucked up. They have yet to do a movie that shows you how fucked up this guy is. You watch your parents get shot when you're 9 years old and they die in front of you. That fucks you up. So he put on the bat suit. He chose bats because he said, this is what fears me. And if it scares me, I'm 10 times tougher than my enemies are. And they're going to have no idea why this man dressed as a bat just broke my arm in 3 different places. There's comic books where like the Green Lantern comes up to him and he's like, what's your power? And there's not one. It's just a guy in a bat costume who studied ninjutsu, who studied every form of martial art, and had the mission. Batman had a mission, which was to make Gotham, his home, a place where he could raise his family had he won, which he didn't. That's why he brought in Robin. That's why he brought in Batgirl. That's why he lies on Alfred. That's his family. Those are the people that he can trust. And he's insane. He's just as crazy as the Joker is. His motives are different. That's really the only thing. All of us have that inside of us. We don't dress up like bats and go out and beat up mentally ill minorities. But we put on a suit and we use that to face the world. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any weight to that, or am I just...
Yes, I'm listening.
No, I'm just asking.
I agree.
I don't know when I'm rambling or when I'm...
No, you're making good points.
I think you want to be the hero to your own story. That's what looking back is, right? Like you look back at who you were when you first started something that seemed impossible. And then you worked in that field, right? And then it didn't feel as impossible. 2 years later, you start doing the same thing. 3 years later, you do the same thing again. And then when you're 84 in a rocking chair, you're going to think back, you know what? When life kicked me in the balls, I didn't get on my knees and puke. I stood up and said, is that the best you got? You know?
Mm-hmm. You're doing that now.
We all are doing it. Everyone is doing it.
Yeah.
Every day you don't kill yourself is the day you're doing it.
This is true.
And I feel like it's really easy for us to be hard on ourselves because we have a flashlight that we stare directly into for 12 hours, looking at people who are hotter, smarter, doing better than we are in life.
It's really unhealthy.
It's
I gotta
extremely
stay off
unhealthy,
Instagram.
and I don't look at it as much anymore, but people frequently ask me, what is the key to being successful on social media? And I tell them, A, if you want to get big on TikTok, say nice things about the Chinese Communist Party. But B, truly, you can have the greatest material in the world that goes viral. And it will get you likes, it will get you shares. And this doesn't mean for stand-up, for anything. People need to know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
They need to know your personality. They need to know what you like, what you don't like. The memes that I get sent every single week on social media are so funny because the stuff that people I've never met before, they're like, you would love this. It's beautiful. I hate myself. But it's nice to know that other people like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I rambled
help a little bit.
It's
help
got to
you
what?
With the self-hate a little.
People ask me a lot. I had that video a couple months ago, and this is a question that comes up every time I do a Q&A. And be like, what's one thing you love about yourself? Which is not something that's easy for me to say, because I don't love anything about myself. But I do love the people that I get to meet who come to my shows. there's one thing I'm proud of, it's that. It's a reflection of what's in your heart, what's in your mind, and what people connect with, right?
People really connect with you.
I connect with them just as much as they connect with me, in a sense that it could be way worse. Where I could have material be like, if your white daughter is dating a darkie in Alabama, you might be a redneck if you loaded your shotgun. You can perform for those people all you want. And you don't really get to choose your audience. Your audience chooses you. And I'm glad that such a great group of people chose me. Because it makes me work harder.
Yeah.
It makes me be like, oh, it's not just about me. And anytime I think anything I say doesn't matter, they help me realize it matters.
The people that
And
sent me
you do
some
too.
really nice messages.
Coupled with you. This is why Batman has a Robin. That's not true. Batman has a Robin because you look at Batman's costume, it's all black. Robin is bright orange and green. Robin's costume is that way, so the criminals shoot at him instead of shooting at Batman.
It feels on brand.
But Robin is there for him. There's 5 different Robins. There's probably a lot more that I can think of. But the first one, his name is Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
And his parents died in a circus.
Is that the recipe for like any hero?
Well,
dead parents?
There's a line in this show called Young Justice where all the members of the Justice League were having a meeting talking about Shazam. Mm-hmm. Shazam is a 10-year-old boy.
Shaquille O'Neal?
No, that's fuck. What is that movie? I think it might have been Sinbad.
Pretty accurate, right?
No, it wasn't.
I thought Shazam is Shaq.
No. I mean, maybe that's his nickname.
I think he's in a movie called Shazam. Anyways,
no,
back
he's
to your
not.
story.
He's in a movie where he plays a genie.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
Shazam.
Sinbad.
No, it's not Sinbad.
Google it right now. I'm right.
I want you to finish your point.
Okay, and I'll let people comment and let them know.
You let
that
us
I was
know
right.
if I was right.
The Justice League were having a meeting about Shazam because Shazam is a 10-year-old kid who got his powers from a wizard, and every time he says Shazam, he turns into Shazam. Oh. Right? And like he's a god. Mm-hmm. He has super strength. He's like Superman. He's 10, but when he says Shazam, he turns into like a Superman type dude. And everybody in the Justice League was pissed about it. That and Batman and Wonder Woman got into a fight where because Batman was like, from what I remember, didn't want him to be part of the Justice League. And Wonder Woman said something like, oh, what? You just like, Batman was like, I don't want a kid to be around us while we're dealing with all of this bullshit. And woman's like, what? So, what? You're afraid that he's going to grow up to turn into someone like you? Is that why you picked Robin? And he went, I picked him so he wouldn't turn into me. Mm. And there's 5 different Robins that I can think of. Dick Grayson was the first one. His parents were the ones, they were an acrobat group. And they died falling off a trapeze. Oh. I think it was Two-Face who like cut the trapeze because his parents owed them a shitload of money. And then Batman took in Dick Grayson as his ward and was his first Robin. And Dick Grayson sort of had enough and went, fuck you, I'm tired of following your own rules, I'm out. And then he became Nightwing. Those are my hopes for you.
Becoming Nightwing?
Yeah.
What is Nightwing?
He becomes his own superhero, and instead of protecting Gotham, he goes off to protect Bloodhaven.
What's Bloodhaven?
Another town.
Oh,
and that's his town. And that's the only person who Batman thinks could take over the mantle of Batman. And he tries so hard to get Dick to want to do it, but Dick's like, nah, man. I was trained as a child soldier under you. I know what happens. Because after Dick Grayson left, Batman grabbed Jason Todd, who was a street thief, and he was trying to steal the hubcaps off the Batmobile. So Batman took him in and made him his Robin. Oh. But then the Joker, who was in love with Batman.
The Joker's gay?
No, he's in love with Batman. And he was jealous.
He likes another man?
He's in love. He's infatuated with him.
Oh, but it's not
Nobody
like a
knows who Batman
thing?
is. Nobody knows who Joker is.
Is it not sexual? Because that'd be a fun plot twist.
I would love it if the Joker wanted to fuck Batman.
Yeah, me too.
I would love that.
I just got really excited.
I think he just hates when other people get attention.
Is he jealous?
Yes. And so what he did was he took Batman's second Robin, Jason Todd, and beat him to death with a crowbar.
Oh.
And he died, and then he blew up the building.
So I'm not that Robin.
No, but what happened was Jason Todd came back to life, and he became the Red Hood.
Oh, that's bad, though.
And he was a bad guy.
Yeah,
he started killing motherfuckers.
I'm not doing that.
And Batman couldn't figure out who he was forever because he was fighting Batman, and he kept like Batman would like put out his grappling hook, and then Jason Todd would cut that shit and be like, "Who is this man?" And then he realized, after fighting him, he was like, "I taught this motherfucker how to fight. This is Jason Todd." The third Robin was Tim Drake, who found his way into the Batcave, and then put 2 and 2 together to figure out Bruce Wayne was Batman, which was always a weird thing to me because it's like people shit on Superman and Clark Kent's identity. You know the difference between Superman and Clark Kent? This is Clark Kent. Ready? This is Superman.
Wow.
That's literally the difference.
Yeah. Why do he's got his little suit and he pulls it off? All right.
Without the suit, you know I'm Superman.
Yeah.
That was sort of the nakedness of Batman for me. Like, there's a billionaire that lives in Gotham City, and all of a sudden, all this giant tech starts coming out, and he's fighting crime. Oh, we're still beautiful. We're still pretty. You know what I mean, though? Like, it's weird that they weren't like, oh, maybe that's Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
I know. I just don't know if there was a point to this podcast. This is why I love us. Because we had a plan.
We did. Do you want to do it? Is it too late?
Not even a little bit. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. This will be fun.
Do you want to tell the people
Let's
what we're
end the
doing?
episode with this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have 2 hats. In this hat right here are a bunch of impressions I can do.
Yeah.
There's about 28. What were you going to say?
I was thinking, let's be fun people listening, and it still is.
Yeah, because I'm going to explain it to them.
Right.
In one hat, put this up to the people who are listening. This hat is a hat of impressions I can do, or kind of do, or think I could do. I can only hear out of one ear, so sometimes I think I'm doing a good impression, but I'm not. So in one hat are impressions I can do. In another hat I went to improvgenerator.com, and I generated a bunch of situations. So what Torey's going to do now is she's going to take an impression out of one hat and a situation in the other, and I'm going to do a little yes-anding, and we'll have a little fun doing it. Are you okay?
Yes.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about? I feel like I talked a lot during this podcast.
No, nothing I wanted to say.
You're there for me so much, and
no,
I often don't say thank you.
That's very sweet.
Before you open that up, I just want to make sure. Is there anything you want to talk about?
No.
Is there anything? Okay.
I'm very content.
Card 1.
Okay, so this is
say
the
say it out loud as you read each one.
Bee Gees.
Bee Gees?
Bee Gees.
You don't like that.
I don't know what it is.
You don't know the Bee Gees?
The singers?
The song group.
Hey, we're the monkeys. People say we're monkeying around.
What?
I don't know.
The Bee Gees?
What song is it? I was staying alive. Fine. Okay, fine.
Don't throw it back in there because
I'm gonna keep it. People will like it.
I know.
Just because I don't like
do
it.
Bee Gees and then grab situation. You don't like it, but other people.
I know. That's why I was gonna keep going. Explaining the lyrics to WAP.
Okay. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. You gotta wet ass pussy 7 days a week. She's a certified freak. She's a certified freak of the week. Freak of the week. She's a certified freak of the week. I know.
That's pretty good.
You don't
actually.
like that, but Instagram will.
I'm excited for Instagram to see it. Okay. Heath Ledger's the Joker.
Oh boy. Now throw that. Just throw it outside. Okay, yeah. Mixed with
Motel Maid.
a motel maid. Heath Ledger's Joker. Okay, I can do this. Some of these are gonna take me like having to do some face stuff to get into the impression.
Okay.
So please don't judge me.
I just put myself in your shoes, and I'm like, how the hell is he doing this?
Yeah. Okay. You don't know how I got these stains? My girlfriend was a squirter.
Oh, God.
And a freak.
This took a turn.
One night, she goes off crazier than usual. She tells me to flick the bean. And just when I feel like she's about to squirt, I keep flicking it more. She squirts so much, it hits me right in the eye.
I thought it was a hotel maid.
You want to know how I became a hotel maid? Motel, maid, hotel. Here's the thing, Batman. It all ends up being the same amount of sheens. I graduated high school, barely, with C's. I had this girlfriend named Esmeralda, who tells me I could get a job at 1850 cleaning the cum out of people's sheets. I used to have to clean the cum out of my asshole after my uncle and I would wrestle. So I said I could make money doing this thing. And you know what? They refused to tip me. They
We
think
do that
just
more
because.
when we're at hotels.
Do you think acknowledging my bad behavior is going to make me corrected? You're correct, now that I've been called out. Seems like I've hit a limit with you on this impression. Do you want to grab another one out of the fishbowl,
I don't know
Batman?
when you want to
Because
stop.
I could host this whole podcast in this voice.
You could. Okay, so it's Patrick Bateman.
Oh, boy. I hope I can still do this.
Is that American Psycho?
Yes.
Look at me.
Who also played Batman.
Ah.
Christian Bale played Batman.
Okay.
It's funny because when I watched American Psycho, I thought he would have been
Starts a podcast.
Okay. I got this. My name is Patrick Bateman. I'm 27 years old. I host a podcast in the American Gardens building on West 81st Street. And today I'd like to talk to you about something called MeUndies. MeUndies is a great company that allows you to wear comforted underwear. Egyptian silk. Perhaps a Libanian cotton. Or maybe even just a regular silk pillowcase. Regardless of whatever you end up buying, you'll be able to drop it off at the dry cleaner in time to pick up your videotapes. I'm into murders and executions. I want to stab you to death. Play around with your fucking blood. I'm Patrick Bateman. And Torey was not impressed by this impression.
I don't know. I've never seen
She's only
American
seen
Psycho.
2 movies. Had I say, I'm Patrick Bateman, and I saw a rat in my apartment whose name was Tui, she would have understood that reference. What's this one? What do we got?
We got
Who's this? Was this a situation or
Rick
an impression?
Grimes.
Make what? Rick Grimes?
Rick Grimes.
Oh, well, that I
from
threw that one
Thing?
in there because I can only do. You don't have to partner that up with a thing. If I put it in parentheses, that means I only know how to do one thing.
Oh, okay.
Rick Grimes is from Walking Dead.
Okay.
He goes, I'm doing things, Lori. Stuff. Things. Doing stuff for Coral. You understand? No. Lori, I'm doing things.
I haven't seen that, so again, I don't know.
Walking Dead. It's okay. It's not a show many people have watched.
Okay, so we got Michael Jackson.
Who?
Michael Jackson.
Who's that?
Your God.
What is he known for?
Singing
That's it?
and dancing.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
He never acted, did he?
Yes, he did. In a movie called The Wiz.
Oh, yes, I knew that.
You can win.
So it's Michael Jackson.
You can't break even and you can't get out of the game.
Is jealous at a
Torey
wedding.
keeps saying. Michael Jackson what?
Is jealous at a wedding.
What era of Michael do you want? Do you want Thriller,
want
Black Michael? Do you want older?
Middle. I want middle.
Middle, Dangerous era?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he's still hot.
I mean, I always thought he was beautiful, regardless of what he looked like. You're thinking bad tour. Okay. He did a lot of, his voice. That's not his voice.
Yeah.
That's just him being a pop star. What was the situation I was supposed to do again?
Jealous at a wedding.
That's right. Well, first of all, I'd like to say, that's what he does every time he talked at his speech, because that's when they're roaring. It should have been me, up there. I would have rocked with you, but, that's okay. Till death do you part, and then after that, it's close to midnight, and I'm gonna steal your bitch right under your arm. Oh! If not, I'm gonna find a new woman. My best man is gonna be Macaulay Culkin. Home Alone 3.
They hook up.
Lost in Neverland. They were best friends. Actually, when I testified in 2006 in my trial, Macaulay Culkin showed up and said, I never put one finger inside of him. And that was back when he was 12.
Oh.
Now, if I was a
bad
man
look.
who loved to fuck 12-year-old children, don't you think I would have fucked Macaulay Culkin instead of some B-list celebrity kid who has no money and just has to keep digging up false accusations against me? No, that's ignorant. It's just them trying to take down a black man who was able to escape the grip of the Illuminati.
So Beavis and Butthead as a headache specialist. I didn't even know that's a thing.
You know Beavis and Butthead?
I know Beavis and I don't know headache specialist.
I'm not making myself laugh. I'm coming up with it.
Beavis? Yeah. Has your headache lasted for more than 12 hours? Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. Makes my brain not be able to complete sandwiches and stuff, you know? Beavis, you may be entitled to compensation. Or Beavis, you could take a leave. 2 capsules, Beavis, will make you have that not so fresh feeling go away anymore. Yeah. I took Advil and I am Cornholio. I need Advil for my bunghole. Do you have Advil? Advil for my bunghole?
Tori's not impressed with any of these impressions. I'm really bombing on my own podcast
I
right
think
now.
they're good.
It's okay. Keep going.
I don't know how to be a more engaged audience.
I know. I just look at you and you're like, why did I sign up to sign half my life to this man?
It's not how I feel right now. I always see you do talented things. So this is just another day in the life.
I'm just being insecure. I'm sorry.
I don't know how else to act. You know
You're acting exactly as I want you to.
You know I'm
like
always
a fool.
like this.
I know. I do my best to give back to.
I think this is a good last one
Okay.
though. Because this is good.
Are you ending the podcast?
We can do more.
No. If you say it's a good last one, there's a good last
I
one.
think this is a good one.
All right.
Yoda giving the sex talk.
Okay. This will be a clip. This will be the clip that we use for
Well, better be good.
Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you? You must feel the pussy around you. It works. Love a man when a woman does. Love her back does a man. Do something beautiful. It surrounds us. It binds us. The force. It penetrates us. As you will penetrate the woman who...
Do another one.
So you don't like it?
No. I
You-
didn't. I thought I was going to.
Well, it was hard because you had to talk.
No, wait. I could do it again. You're right. Yoda giving the sex talk. Give me some key words for sex talk.
When a man loves a woman.
Words I didn't say.
That's a hard
Okay,
one.
wait.
I never got
Here's
the
how we
sex
do
talk.
this. Here's how we do this.
Did you?
You ask me as Yoda. Yoda, what is sex?
Yoda, what is sex?
Thinking of this, are you?
I am.
Careful you must be when sensing the pussy, Anakin.
What if I like dick?
Even more careful you must be with the dick, Anakin, a head of its own it possesses.
Oh.
The dark side the shaft of the penis provides. Shake it for 30 seconds. Explode it will. Afterwards, interest in you, the penis, will have not.
Have not what?
Interest in you.
Oh, God.
Backwards, that is why
once it's
Yoda
in you,
talks.
it has no
Soften the
interest?
blow, it does. After it explodes, care about you. The dick will not. That is why push-ups, reading, sacrifice, all of those the Jedi possess. Adventure, excitement. A Jedi craves not these things. Your penis, reckless it is. Careful you must be when sticking it somewhere. Always told me people did. Go around, you should not, breaking young girls' hearts. Learned you nothing.
Does Yoda laugh
Did I
like
teach
that?
you? Yes, but first,
He does
you must
that?
eat. Root leaf, yes, I cook. Tell me, why must you become Jedi?
Oh, mostly because my father, I guess.
Your father? Powerful Jedi, was he? Powerful Jedi.
How could you know my father? You don't even know who I am. I don't even know what I'm doing here. We're wasting our time.
I cannot teach him. The boy has no patience.
He will learn patience. Yoda. I am ready. Ben, I could be a Jedi. Ben, tell him ready.
Ready are you? What knows ready? For 800 years have I trained Jedi. My own counsel will I keep on who is to be trained. The Jedi must have the most deepest commitment. The most serious mind. This one? A long time have I watched. All his life as he looked away to the future.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
To the horizon, never his mind on where he was. What he was doing.
Next.
It's Jerry Seinfeld. He can't remember his password.
I mean, okay, people, let's talk about it. First of all, what does it mean the new password can't be the same as the old password? I don't remember what the old password was. I do remember that she was 17 and I had a great time.
Oh, God.
I don't care anymore.
Do you want to do more of these?
Yeah, keep going. What
Okay.
time is it?
You gotta be at Broadway.
I have to be at Broadway, but it's 6:50. Okay,
Last one?
yeah. Two more. I'm having fun doing this.
Okay.
Are you having fun? I don't feel like you're having fun doing this podcast anymore. Are you?
You can't say this. You're saying this episode.
This one you're not enjoying.
No.
Let's put it on the record.
I am.
So when I edit it, you're not enjoying this episode. There's been other episodes you've had more fun with.
I love this podcast.
Right.
I
You
love
this podcast, but not this episode.
I love you.
don't
I
like-
love this podcast.
You are doing a great job at avoiding the answer. Don't bullshit a bullshitter,
Well,
Cole.
let's be real.
Let's be real.
Let's be real.
You're upset that I had to go out 10 minutes out.
No. You said at one point there's a reason why this podcast is called Bonding with Troy Bond.
Yes.
I'm going to make my point. And I wanted you to make your point, and I'm listening.
Okay.
I've been put in a position,
Which I understand.
and I love that. This is your
Yes.
podcast. It's when someone says that, you're like, oh, I am supporting. Today I'm a
but
supporter.
I didn't say that in a way that said quiet woman.
You said I'm gonna talk. And
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But
People-
I don't
you said
want to
people are here
talk
for
if
my
you have to
opinions.
sit there and feel like, oh, I'm just going to shut up now. I want you to-
When you made that point, it did make me feel like, oh, I'm just gonna
I
let you do your thing. And
Yes.
but I know that this is
But there are so few
our-
people I can rely on to have this kind of chemistry with, and
I
that's
know
why I
that.
pick you.
I know that.
And I also want you
saying
to
that
feel like
today
you're
has-
spending your time wisely as well, and
I
not just
am.
stroking my ego.
I agree. I agree.
Do you? So we're not
Yes.
mad at each other?
No.
Okay.
We're not
Let's
having
load
an
up another
on-camera fight.
God damn it. Check this out. I watched this on Space Jam earlier. This is the only way I can drink out of this water bottle.
That's how you do that. That's what those are for. You're like an NFL player.
Oh, I'm ready to hit my wife.
You want to hit me?
I said my wife.
Okay. No. We have chemistry.
We do. I just felt like we are also best friends, and I couldn't tell if you were looking at me like the darkness,
No.
or if you were just like, why don't I email Matt Rife and see if he needs a co-host?
I don't think I would ever want to do that. I think you're safe there. You're
Okay.
safe on the ladder.
Do you like these combinations of impressions and in scenarios?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
If there's any that you see that you want to do, feel free to do them. Can you do any impressions?
No.
That's not true. Yes,
That's
you
like
can.
asking a person with no legs to start running with no like prosthetics.
There was a guy who did that in the Olympics in 2008, and they disqualified him for unfair advantage.
See, I mean, I wouldn't want to do that to you. You know what I mean?
I'm not worried about it.
Okay, so this is Seth Rogen. Oh, it says
But
Thriller
it's
laugh.
that's the only thing I could do with Seth Rogen
Okay,
is the
so
Thriller laugh.
Okay, so you can't.
You know the end of Thriller where he looks back at the camera and the eyes turn
Never seen
yellow and he
Thriller.
goes, ah ha 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 ha. Ah, ha, 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 ha. It's Vincent Price who does the overlay for Thriller. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hours close at hand. Creatures crawling search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whose, however, shall be found without the soul for getting down, and stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. I'm gonna bring it to the night. Oh, Thriller. But at the end, Vincent Price laughs and he goes, ha 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 ha. And I can do the Seth Rogen version of that, which is just
Oh, that's good. That is.
That's all I know how to do.
Okay, so we can't have him running for president.
We can't have him run for
We
president.
need someone else to run.
We
for
have
president.
the situation running for president, and give me a name running for president. I wrote down impressions I think I could do. You
Bernie Sanders running for president.
Well, we've done that already, but I'll do it again.
That's what I picked up.
I know.
Okay.
No, Bernie has run for president twice
I
already.
know.
That's
I
why
just
I'm
think
so
it's funny
angry.
that it's not
Is he running for president in 2024?
2029.
2029? Honestly, that surprised me.
Is that
Okay.
an election year? No.
No,
For some reason,
28.
Okay.
But he would be president in 29.
Then 28. Or actually, this is a fun one.
Okay. John Mulaney running for president.
That's more fun.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
My fellow Americans, 77 years ago was what Lincoln started his address off with. I started my address off the same way too, and I'm just letting everyone know that Olivia Munn, married or not, will be my first lady. First thing we're getting rid of with me as president is gazebos.
Gazebos.
Either be outside or inside. I'm tired of you playing both sides of the fence.
Is that one of his jokes?
No.
That's
it's just me
hilarious.
being off the top.
That's hilarious.
I feel like John Mulaney did talk about a gazebo at some point. That's where
Okay.
that came from in my
I'm
head.
like, where in your brain?
But I think that's where that came from.
That's funny as shit.
What's this one?
Jeff Goldblum, who I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do. He's the Jurassic Park guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Drops his new iPhone.
Oh, Jesus. Yes. I dropped it and it cracked, and I tried to open what is it called? The be real. I was trying to do Be Real, and I couldn't because the screen was a little cracked. Yes, it was cracked, and I decided all I could do was be Jeff, as it were. Yes. Don't Google me and accusations, as it were. Is that all? You got one more?
There's more. Want to do this one?
Sure.
Kermit the Frog as an impatient astronaut.
Thank you all for getting me outside of the atmosphere, but I'm just wondering who the hell is controlling me because I'm a puppet and... Kermit! I'm over here! Turns out even in space there's a little gravity you weren't expecting. Miss Piggy is somewhere in Antarctica. It's great being up here in space because there are no Jews. Ah!
Is he racist?
No, but in my impression, he's anti-Semitic.
Like, I'm so out of the loop on things, and I'm like,
I know, I'm just being cartoony. Give me one more. Give me one more than one on this podcast, and then we'll lose subscribers. What time is it? 7?
Is it 7?
Oh, it's 7. It's 7. I'm taking an Uber. What?
Jealous at the gynecologist?
Okay, jealous at the gynecologist.
What a
gynecologist
really
is the situation. This was improvgenerator.com that I got this situation.
It's a weird thing to feel at the gynecologist.
Jealous at the gynecologist.
Tony Soprano.
What the fuck is your problem? All right. First of all, that's my fucking wife. That's the mother of my children up there. You're sticking 1, 2, 3, 4 fucking fingers up there. Get the fuck out. Jesus Christ. I had a dream the other night. My mother went to one of them gyno whatevers. To be honest with you, the first time I heard the word gynecologist or whatever, I thought it was a fucking dinosaur or some shit. Then I found out women gotta go to doctors to make sure their pussies are still pussies. I mean, what the fuck? I've been in and out of them my whole life. I never once asked, how you feeling? It's like a fucking wishbone. You ever shout out into a cave? You go, hello. Hoping you hear an echo. Hello, 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 hello. That's the fucking problem with Carmela. Every time I shout into her cave, I don't hear nothing back. Makes me wonder. I mean, is this all there is? You get together with someone when you're 18, you marry them, you have a couple of children. Stop looking at your fucking wife like she's your wife and she's the mother of your children. Then you can't fuck her. Because your children mean the most to you. And that thing that means the most out of you came out of the woman. You can't put your fucking dick back inside her. So I go, what the fuck? Guess I should start sucking dick like Vito. I should say, I salute, God forbid. Is this all there is? Fucking hate this shit! You're doing a good job, hon. Good job.
You should really act. You should. Like, you just did, 5 SNL tapes.
I have submitted 5 SNL tapes, and you know how many times they've called me back? 0.
Well, you guys.
You know who they cast? People who are not as funny as I am. Normally I would edit that out, but I'm sticking by it.
All right.
Nobody on SNL is funnier
Shots
than me.
fired, SNL.
I'm firing it. They're never going to hire me. I have more followers than everybody on SNL. Truly. I do. I've looked at it.
That's a fact.
I have friends who work for SNL. I wouldn't call them friends. I have people I'm friendly with who work on SNL. I love them. I'm proud of them. But if they don't want me, I don't want them.
That's a rule to life.
This rule goes for everybody who's fucking with somebody and you send them a text and they think they're going to hang out with him and then they don't and they cancel on you last minute. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You are the main character of your life.
You are the main fucking character of your life, Christopher. I don't give a fuck. Do you think you got what you want because you're Italian? No, because you got it because you're you, because you're fucking smart. Look at fucking Columbus. All right? T, you get confused. Not for nothing, Gary Cooper was a hero. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Columbus was so long ago, it might as well have been a fucking movie.
You get things in life because you're you, not because of what somebody else has.
That's
and
nice.
I guarantee you this. You walk into an audition room and you are intimidated by the people who are in that room with you. Here's one thing they don't have that you do, which is your heart. Their heart may be better suited for this job. Your heart's going to be suited for another job. When the time comes, it will come to you. If you try to force it, it will never come to you because you're trying to be somebody you're not. And I learned all this through doing a Tony Soprano impression. If you would like to donate to Torey Cole for having to sit through every episode of this podcast for 17 cents a day, you could.
Follow me on Instagram.
She's at 7,200. We're going to get her all the way up to 7,205 by the end of this week.
Please.
Most people watch this podcast and think we're fucking because we have just such natural chemistry. But now they're going to know we're fucking, even though we're not, because I talk so much and you didn't say anything and you sat there like a battered woman. Because I talked at you. I didn't talk with you this episode. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I had a lot to get through, and honestly, you helped me get through it.
You good? You said
I love this impression segment. You didn't like it?
I liked the Kermit one because I knew who Kermit the Frog was. That part was good.
Was there anything that we didn't say that you want to say?
No. Well, we didn't plug our shows. Your shows.
We're gonna put the thing we did.
Oh, wait, the wee moments.
That's gonna go into the beginning of the episode.
No, I think we made some cool points with weight earlier. That was interesting.
Yes.
Made some other good points with life.
Fat girl just texted me. That's so funny you said that.
And then we made some good points about life.
I'm not gonna cut that out. I'm just gonna.
And then, I mean, I know this was like a secret identity bonding pod collab today.
Why?
Because we did a lot of, you talked about, like Batman and stuff.
Well, that's zeitgeist.
Whatever.
Superheroes are part of the culture right now.
I agree. I'm just saying.
That's the easy way
I
to
felt like
help
it was,
people understand things to get to another thing.
Yeah. I learned.
There's this thing called nuclear semiotics. Do you know what that is?
No.
I don't 100% know what it is either, but I know the biggest problem is we have, as human beings, created so much nuclear waste that we have to bury in the ground. And if anybody gets near it, it's a problem. It will destroy the earth.
Oh, God.
And the problem with that is
As the gas stove goes
they're not going to hear it. I've tested it before on the mics. They don't hear it. I know. There's a gas stove being put on in my apartment right now. The thing with nuclear semiotics is they haven't figured out a way to label the nuclear waste in a way that future generations will understand it. By future generations, I mean generations that are going to build up after we've died out. It's not going to be a problem. These mics are super sensitive. They
No. I thought this usually takes.
I know, he's fucking retarded. Let me cut all this out again and start. Never mind. Thank you for listening to Bonding. We'll be back next week with a guest. Who knows? I've been Troy Bond. She's been my best friend, my Robin, my Torey Cole, not Jason Todd. You are my Dick Grayson. The reason why? Because Dick Grayson said, I don't like the way you work, Bats. I'm going to go off and do my own thing. And anytime Batman was in trouble, who was the only person he trusted to call? Dick Grayson. And that's you. I love you.
I love you.
I'm sorry if this podcast didn't cover any ground, but we're back.
And we covered
Thursday
a lot.
looks like the new drop day.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
You're going to cut this up tomorrow?
I'm going to Broadway right now. Thank you for having so much faith in me.
I'm just impressed.
I know.
It's a lot of cutting.
Well, if everybody could do what I do,
It's
there'd
like
be a million Troy
Frankenstein.
Bonds. But luckily, there's only two, and one of them is a loser. And I'm the offspring. One became Darth Vader. The other one became the guy who killed Darth Vader. And that's me. Anything you want to plug?
No.
This was emotional. I don't know why you guys still listen to this, but because you do, we keep giving you new episodes.
And we love
Tori's
you.
my best friend that I've never fucked.
It's pretty amazing. Go us.
I know, we could have been fucking this whole time and you would have paid for this podcast.
The people?
Yeah, they would pay top dollar to watch us fuck.
Well, that's on
We're hot.
OnlyFans.
We both wear glasses. I'm sure they know I know a lot of positions. And that you would assume them. Tell me we would make more money as an OnlyFans couple as we
That's
have
because
ever made
people
on
spend a lot of money on stuff like that.
Yeah, but if
So
we
yeah,
charge
I agree.
$5.99 a month, and then they got to do pay-per-view to watch us to do full sex tapes, we would make dozens of dollars.
Dozens.
Did that make you uncomfortable? Did I just make you a tool? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it made me think about how much money there is in that, and that's sad.
But there's not. There's not, though. Like, the sad thing is when you start it and you make, like, $13.
You learn that?
No, I mean, I've just seen people go through it.
Like on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to find out.
We're not. If you see Torey and I naked next to each other, it's during a live show, and we're doing it for a bit. Pin the tail on the Torey.
That would give me motivation to get abs.
Or she will peg me. Pin the tail on the Troy bond.
I don't think I could do that.
I would let you peg me in front of a live audience.
That is so disturbing.
I don't think I could let anything into my asshole, to be honest with you. Sometimes I wipe too intimately, and I have to sit down and watch Ben Shapiro videos just to remind myself I'm an alpha male. I don't know.
That's a good bit.
I've been licked in the ass. It feels great, actually. I wouldn't ask for it. It's like getting someone to play the French horn for the first time.
I wouldn't want to make out with them after that.
I did. I'm a freak like that. No?
Are you going to keep that in?
Yeah, why not? I'm not going to cut anything out.
All right.
I was hoping you would get it just as freaky as I did, but
no,
Guess
I have to keep us level.
That is true. You are the person that pulls the balloon back down.
I am the anvil weight.
Without you, I would be peeing in a cup once a month. You ever watched the first Iron Man movie?
No.
I was watching it last week on the plane, and you are my Pepper Potts. I realized.
What's Pepper Potts?
She was Tony's assistant, and there was a scene in the movie, and then inevitably this part I don't attribute you to. I attribute to everything Pepper was in the first Iron Man movie, but they end up falling in love and getting married. Whatever. 2, 3, 4 Avengers. That's not us. There was a scene in the first Iron Man movie where she was like, and it's my birthday today, and he was like, hashtag I hope I got you something great. Use my card if I didn't. And she went, you did. And it was very nice. Thank you, Mr. Stark. And he's like, sounds like me. That's our relationship.
What did you get him?
I don't know. And she said it was very expensive. And I hope one day that the people listening to this podcast, along with the people who I do this podcast with, will be proud of us when I make enough to where you can just take my card and buy whatever it is you want for your birthday or Christmas. Although, if you want something, you know I will always get it for you.
I already have everything I need, and that is your love.
Goodbye. I'm coming on the road because I didn't pay rent and I got nowhere to live. Every time Tori's coming to one of these places, she's going to say we.
Okay.
But after I say this, because this could get annoying, do it after I say the location and then the dates I'm going to be there.
Okay.
Okay? If you start throwing your we all over the place, I'm going to lose it.
I don't want to wee too much.
And don't do that again either. I'm trying to get people to come to these shows. They're going to be like, we're coming to the ones where we don't hear a we. Okay, Bridgeport, Connecticut, September 14th, 15th, and 16th.
We.
Weave like you mean it. Like you got some balls. I want you to weave like you're a refugee child going down his first American slide.
Wee.
He was a refugee from Deutschland. New Brunswick, New Jersey, September 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
Wee.
Governor's Comedy Club, Levittown, New York, September 30th.
Wee.
Liberty Township, Ohio, October 4th.
Wee.
Columbus, Ohio, Liberty Township, Ohio, October 14th.
Wee.
Columbus, Ohio, October 15th.
Wee.
Denver, Colorado, October 12th.
Wee.
Las Vegas, bright light city, gonna set my soul. I'm gonna set my soul on fire. I'm gonna be in Vegas on the 13th and 14th of that cold winter month known as October.
Wee.
San Jose, California, October 22nd.
Wee.
Brea, California. Brea. I'm sorry. Brea. I barely knew October 25th.
Wee.
Oxnard. Is that right?
Yeah.
Hard R.
Hard on.
Oxnard, California, October 26th.
Wee.
San Diego, October 27th and 28th. You won't be there. I forgot. Sorry. Thinking Network in California. That's how that silence you heard is how I feel when you're not on the road. I'm so used to hearing that
it's so
annoying
sweet.
ringing in my ear when it's
Yeah.
not there that I miss it.
It's mutual.
Springfield, Missouri, November 12th, 3rd. That's my mom's birthday. And 4th.
Wee.
Naples, Florida. Not to be confused with Naples, Torey. November 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Wee.
You're going to that one too?
Yeah.
You've been to Florida a lot this year.
Yeah.
I love it. Omaha, Nebraska, November 15th, and Des Moines, Iowa, November 16th. I knew there'd be no we because I knew you weren't going. Royal Oak, Michigan, Detroit, stand the fuck up. On November 29th. Are you going to that one with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize how close Detroit was to Canada.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Ohio, November 30th. No? Oh, damn.
Wait, November 30th, you're going to Cleveland, Ohio? You're there October 3rd and 4th.
Yeah. And then I'm going there again.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'll come. Wee.
Huntsville, Alabama, December 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Wee.
That's right, boy. And then the last show of the year. Yeah. 66666. Toronto, Canada.
You're in somewhere else in Canada, too.
I know, but I think that's next year.
Ontario. No,
Is
it's
that the
right.
same
It's
time?
it's like the 16th.
Well, that and more. All of that is on TroyBondLive.com. Come see me on the road. Come see Torey at most of
Come
those
see
places.
us.
I promise what you see on the road will be nothing as boring as you're going to hear on this podcast today.
Wee.
Let's roll the tape, T. Cole.